Yeah, hi, my name's Al, and I've never done this before, so if you'll bear with me, I'm trying to see, I'm trying to respond to some negative things about AA. Uh, People have said that it's a cult. People have said it's a religion and various other things. And I just wanted to maybe for just a couple of minutes start this off these programs off that I'm going to try to get to um, with more information later on. But what I want to say that when you go into AA, if you walk into that door, there's nobody going to keep you there. There's no charismatic leader there. Uh, we're very diverse. We're all over the world and more languages than I can count. If you don't make it in AA, you'd have to ask yourself why. Now, so that you know that a couple of things. One, my name is Al. My sobriety date is December the 13th, 1983. That means I have over 40 years now in the program. I haven't had a drink or a drug in all these years. Not one drop, not even NyQuil or cough medicine or anything of this nature. And the people that I sponsor, they're there because they ask me to be there for them. I never say no, and I stick with them for as long as they want me around. I never fire anybody. I will always, always try to render help. But I want to make this very, very clear. My opinions are only my opinions. I am not a representative or speaking for AA as a whole. This is my opinions. I do not speak for AA. I speak for me. Okay. Other people may have other ideas. That's their privilege. People can differ. We can agree to disagree, for instance, but we can always remain friends. And so, the first time I ever started to notice that I actually could make friends was when I went to AA. When I started to go to meetings. Now, in the beginning, I went to the meetings so that I got some help with the alcohol. You see, once I started, I couldn't stop. That's my testimony. That's me. And every day it came up that I needed the alcohol just to get myself a little straight so I could maybe go and do some work. And eventually I ended up on the streets of South Florida. And I eventually got, when I was on the streets, I didn't have anything but the clothes on my back. But I finally, after weeks of panhandling and, finding food wherever I could and shelter wherever I could, I finally noticed that I needed some help. And I humbled myself and I called the fellow whose number I had. And he came, he picked me up and got me into a halfway house, for down and out drunks. And that's where I started my journey. And I was not a very pleasant fellow back then. I didn't like anybody, including me. But what happened was I found a different way of living. A way that I wasn't being selfish anymore, and I became a selfless individual. I don't necessarily care too much about material wealth anymore. I've got everything I need. roof over my head, a bed to sleep in, clothes, friends, food to eat. I've got all of this stuff. So material things aren't that interesting to me anymore. They used to be, I'll be honest with you, they used to be. I chased the almighty dollar better than, harder than most people. But it never brought me happiness. What started to bring me happiness is when I had a friend, when I made a friend. And when somebody would ask me a question, I was able to give them an honest answer. What affected me a lot was when I actually could start to laugh and have fun. I couldn't do that before. So I came into the program when I was 35 years old. And I like to say I was 35 going on 13. I had to grow up. I had to become a human being. As my sponsor would say, a mensch. I was not a mensch. I was not a human. I was not a person. I was just a wreck, a mess of junk. And so as time went on, I took the steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. They changed my life. And I was asked one time how many times I've done the steps. I cannot tell you because I've done them so many. I sponsor people, I help people, and that is the highlight of my life. And so I can't count, but I do know this: I've never finished them. I always discover something else about them, and that's wonderful. And so after all these years, this is a new adventure for me too, where I'm going on these broadcasts or something. I don't know if anybody's ever going to listen to me. It's just sort of something I want to try. So in the future, I will be introducing things like gratitude, forgiveness, love, step 1, 2, all the way through the principles. And I'm going to try and see if maybe we can together get some sobriety going and maybe heal some old wounds. You don't have to carry those old wounds around anymore. You can become your own human being. And when you start to like yourself, then you can start liking somebody else. But first, you got to like you. First, you got to fix you. As one of the founders of AA liked to say, he was Dr. Bob Smith. He was a medical doctor, a proctologist, and he had a simple prescription. He even wrote it on his prescription pad. It mean trust God, clean house, help others. 6 words. And they are so profound, it's not even funny. I have discovered the more you help other people, the more you help yourself. The more you forgive yourself, the more you're able to forgive somebody else. And so this is not going to be a long one. This is going to be very short for me. And so I'm going to see about doing another one of these tomorrow or even maybe later today. So let's see what we can work out together. And if you've got any comments, please comment. And if you have suggestions as to anything I can do to do these better, because after all, this is my first time. I've never done a live thing before like this. And so I'm learning too. Okay. So if you wouldn't mind helping me out with that, I'd appreciate it very, very much. Because we're not here to condemn each other. A person with a drinking problem or a drug problem, they are not bad people trying to get good. They are sick people trying to get well. And so if somebody has a disease like cancer or diabetes or something similar, the attitude towards them is one thing. and it's sort of a sympathetic, what can we do to help you? But if somebody says I'm an alcoholic, the attitude is completely different. And I think on the next broadcast, I'm going to go into what the American Medical Association says about alcoholism and the numbers of people involved with that. And so I hope some people get a hold of this, and I hope we can see if we can help each other down the road. Okay. And thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. And I want you, everybody that hears this, please have a fun day.